Hey, hey, hey. Oh my gosh. I am so blessed. And I want to share with you guys something that's happening November 15th. And the reason I'm excited about this. Have you ever gone through your life where you felt like, hello, Kate, where you just felt like there was something more out there for you, but you didn't know what it was? Have you ever felt like you were being suppressed into not doing the things you're supposed to be doing or doing the things that are your purpose here on earth? Well, I definitely have gone through that. And I'm clearly, like in my mind, I am so clearly on the other side of that. And it's been an absolutely amazing journey. So I wanted to share this event with you that I'm attending November 15th. And it's just a short event. It's like it starts at 6:44 p.m. Yes, that is not a typo. 6:44 p.m. It's kind of a weird time. But it starts at 6:44 and goes to 9:13. So it's like 2.5 hours with this gentleman that I met about 2.5 years ago. And I'm going to quickly tell you the story of how this happened and what this event did for me in my life and how it's absolutely changed my thinking and my ability to see amazing possibilities for me in my life. And Kate, if you could do me a favor and share this, because for some reason I don't see while I'm logged on here that this will let me share. That's absolutely crazy. So I'm going to go ahead and work on sharing that while I'm talking to you, so I won't be looking at you. But it was about 2.5 years ago. It might have been 2 years ago, and I was attending an event called Secret Knock. And you may have heard me talk about Secret Knock. It's one of those events where you get together and you are in the presence of just like, I don't know, I won't call it royalty because it's like these people deserve to have royalty because what they do for people's lives is absolutely amazing. So like, for example, I met the founder of the Make-A-Wish Foundation, an absolutely incredible man. And just talking to him, I went through an experience that helped me see so much more about myself just in talking to him. Then I also met the creator of the magnetic strip on the back of our credit cards, the gentleman who created that. I met him, and just talking to someone like that, it's crazy because, I haven't really been privy to those kinds of things in my life because I've kind of lived a sheltered life, really, if I think about it. And as I'm meeting more and more people, I'm realizing how much of a sheltered life I actually am living. And, whatever, it's my life and it's who I am and what I've done. And I'm stretching beyond those thoughts in my own life now, which has been absolutely incredible. But after I attended Secret Knock, so I was attending Secret Knock, and there was this gentleman who spoke. And his name is Bernie Dorman. I didn't know anything about him, never heard of him, never heard of his event that he puts on. But I heard him speak, and what he was speaking about was so amazing. And just the way he spoke and the way he spoke about life and our purpose and living in our purpose and living our life to the best of its ability, living our life to help others, to serve others. And everything he was saying, I was like, oh my gosh, that's so awesome. I want to learn more. So what happened is after Secret Knock, we were directed to go meet Bernie Dorman in person at an event. And it was like kind of like a little mixer, maybe like an hour-and-a-half mixer after Secret Knock. And we went and we met Bernie, and he talked and he taught us some really awesome stuff at this little mixer. Well, at the end of the mixer, I didn't realize this at the time, but at the end of the mixer, it was something telling us about CEO Space. And I heard about CEO Space, and I was thinking, like, what is that? I have no idea what this is all about. And I ended up signing up for their program, CEO Space, which was being held in Las Vegas, and it was 5 days. And I was super duper excited because what Bernie shared with us just in that 1.5 hours, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to learn that much and more in 5 days because I'm going to be surrounded by not only him, but also by the people he brings to this event, CEO Space, of which Greg Reed is one of those. And he was the one who put on Secret Knock. So I went to CEO, I signed up for it, and I think the event was like a month, maybe 2 months later after I signed up for it. I get to the hotel and I realized, oh shit, I don't belong here. This is for real CEOs. This is for people who are like much higher level than I am. I was just beginning, I was just beginning my entrepreneurial journey at that time. And I had no idea what the heck I was doing. I was so scattered all over the place, didn't know anything. And I'm thinking like, oh my gosh, these people are so much, more ahead of me, more ahead than I am. And this is like what I was telling myself. So what happened was, with CEO Space, I'll just give like a little quick example of what happens with CEO Space is like they have their event. So it's a 5-day event. And I'm not sure if they do it exactly the same way right now, but at that time it was a 5-day event, but you could do bumpers. So for free, you could come on the weekend before and come the weekend after, and it's totally free. So all alumni is invited to come, before and after the event. So I decided, oh, it's so exciting. I'm going to go 2 days before the event starts. I'm going to, fly out there I drove out there on Friday. And then I would Saturday morning go attend, networking and meet all these people on Saturday. And then I do the same thing on Sunday. And then Monday would be check-in. And here we'd be, I already know people. And Monday I would check in and start CEO Space. Well, that's not what happened, but that's what I wanted to happen. And what ended up happening instead is I stayed in my room for 2.5 days, beating myself up mentally, just pounding myself. Have you ever done this where you have like, I don't deserve this. I don't belong here. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. They're going to make fun of me. They're going to know that I'm a sham. They're going to know that I'm a fraud, because I didn't belong there. In my mind, I did not belong there. So I stayed in my room for 2.5 days. I didn't shower. I ate. I had room service come up because I didn't want to leave my room. I was in such a mode of like depression, I would say. It was like semi-depression, not really, really depressed, but I was in this state of feeling like I just didn't belong and that I was fooling myself. Who do I think I am? I don't belong here. This isn't for me. And this is like all this stuff I was telling myself. So literally I watched TV for 2.5 days and beat my mind up for 2.5 days. That's what I did. So what happened Monday morning is check-in was at 7 a.m. So 7 a.m. came, I didn't go down. 8 a.m., 9, 10. Finally, about 10 o'clock, I said, what are you doing? Get in there and take a shower. Get yourself down there and just show up. Don't worry about what they think about you. Don't worry about that at all. Just show up. So that's what I did. I took my shower, brushed my teeth, went down. I had brushed my teeth the other days. I just didn't take a shower. But, took my shower, brushed my teeth, and I got my brain in a place where I could walk in. I was scared. I was very scared. I was like just shaking because I was so scared of what I was doing. I had no idea what the outcome was going to be. I had no idea what to expect. And that's what was scaring me. It's like the unknown. We have fears of unknown, right? So I walked down, and what was funny is because I literally thought that when I walked down there, here's what I imagined. I'm going to walk down there and I'm going to walk in really quietly, sneak in the back, and, they're going to see me and they're going to look at me like, ooh, she's late. This is what I imagined in my head. So here's what really happened. I walked down there. The lady was at the registration table. I checked in and I walked into the conference. And again, I had no idea what to imagine, right? But what happened was I walked into the conference and there were some chairs in the back that were available. And I was like, oh, this is cool. I'll just sit back here and nobody will see me. And first of all, nobody noticed I was late. Nobody cared that I was late. It wasn't about me. This was a conference for everybody. This wasn't a conference specifically for Linda. And Linda, you're late. You're missing it. That wasn't what it was at all. Hey, Kate, thank you for tuning in. And that wasn't what it was at all. What ended up happening is I slid into the back seats. There was somebody speaking at that time. And I was back there taking notes because it's amazing information. Oh my gosh, just totally, absolutely amazing. And I was sitting there. And then when they took a break, say like an hour and a half later, they took a break and everybody stood up and walked out into the lobby and started talking. People came up to me and asked me, who are you? What are you doing? What do you do? And all this stuff. And I felt so immediately, I felt so comfortable and I felt like I belong. This is where I'm supposed to be. Well, what happened was funny for me is that when we were on our break and we came back, those chairs that I was sitting in, those, I didn't see this because I snuck in, you know, so I didn't see it, but there was a sign there. These chairs are reserved for faculty and staff. So it was the, you know, people who were staffing the event, CEO Space. And I looked at that and I was like, oh my gosh, how funny. Well, I was thinking that maybe people thought that I was faculty or staff because I was sitting there, because not everybody at the conference knows who's there, right? But I just slid into this faculty and staff seat, not knowing. If I knew that, I wouldn't have done that. But now thinking back, I'm like, shoot, if I ever see that again in the future for anything, I'm just going to move in like I belong, because that's what I did. I just sat in there like I belonged, not knowing that I didn't belong there. You know, that wasn't my seat. But what ended up transpiring the next 4 hours, this was a 5-day conference. In 4 hours, I got more than my money's worth, because first of all, it taught me that fear is something that we make up in our mind, and fear sits in our mind. And it taught me to learn how to let go of my fear faster. So I had that fear for 2.5 days. Now what I do instead is when I feel fear, because I actually recognize it and I can feel it. When I feel fear, I say, oh, this is fear talking. This is not reality talking, because fear is not reality. So I recognize that now that fear is, it's just something that's going to prevent me from doing something I probably should be doing, and do it anyway. So now I do it scared, and it's just become part of my life. In 2015, I did a year of no fear, and CEO Space was one of those fearful things that I ended up doing. Attending Secret Knock, one of those things, you know, I just ended up doing. There's a lot of things I ended up doing that year, because every single morning I woke up and I said, what is something that scares me today? Do it. And I would write it down and I would do it. I wish I kept my notes on that, because it would totally be a fun story to tell or a fun book. But anyway, that being beside the point, CEO Space is one of those really like pivotal points in my life. And I want to share it with you guys, because it can be that pivotal moment for you in your life as well. So Bernie Dorman, he's going to be in town November 15th. Today's the 10th, so that's Wednesday, I guess. November 15th, he's going to be in San Diego, and he's going to be here from 6:44 to 9:13 p.m. If it is free, it is free. If you are in town, I highly recommend you going. Now, they do want you to RSVP, and I put a link to the RSVP up top in the description, and also put it in the comments below. But click this link and sign up to join us there, because not only are you going to learn some amazing stuff from Bernie, but you're going to meet other people who are in the same place as you are, or people who were in the same place as you are now and have moved on and become different, like me. I mean, not that I've become different. I've totally changed who I am. And CEO Space was a huge part of that growth for me. And it wasn't only that 4 hours that I learned, you know, kind of like who I am and where I belong, but it helped me get over those fears of talking to people. I have a fear of talking to people every time I do it. What CEO Space did for me is it helped me see how to work through that fear. So I still have the fear, but I do it. I do it scared. And there's so many things I do scared, and CEO Space was part of the opening up and me helping me to see the possibilities of what I can do and who I can become. Because what is it? Oh, shoot, I wish I could remember the phrase exactly. Horace Mann said, "We were when what we are now, what we were when," something like that. Shoot, I forgot it. But it's the point of this is that we can become who we want to become, but we need to take the action to do it. So what is it that you are preventing yourself from doing due to maybe fear? Because a lot of times the things that we don't do is because of fear. Most of the time it's because of fear. And so what are the fears that you have that are preventing you from progressing in life, from reaching the people that you need to be reaching, from helping the people you need to be helping? There are people out there who are waiting to hear from you. And so one of my platforms, obviously, is Facebook Live, because I love this platform. It's done so much for me. Are you doing live videos? And if you're not, why not? What is your fear behind it? Are you afraid of judgment? Are you afraid of criticism? Are you afraid that people will make fun of you? What is it? And I'm not talking about Facebook Live right now, but the whole point I was just trying to bring up is that there are fears that stop us from doing things. So if you are a person who feels like there's much more to life than what you're currently doing, or you feel like there's much more that you are supposed to be doing, and there's something holding you back from doing that, I have a lunch date. I have to go. Okay, see you, Kate. Hopefully I'll see you also at the CEO Space thing. It's really, really awesome. So what Bernie does is he opens up your mind in a way that you can see the possibilities. You can see what is out there for you, and he just opens your mind. Now, the key, though, is to come with an open mind. So if you have an open mind when you're there, you'll learn something. I learned a tremendous amount in the 1.5-hour session that he had with us, or 2.5 hours that he had with us. And that's because my mind was open. So I'm going to ask you to open your mind to the possibilities of what is out there for you and how you can impact people's lives in a positive way. Is that something you want to do? Do you want to make a bigger impact? Do you want to see your purpose to fruition? I don't know if that's the right word or not. Yeah. Do you want to see your purpose as, you fulfilling your purpose here on earth? Then I recommend you come in, because Bernie will let you see the possibilities of who you are and what you're here for. So again, click the link up top, November 15th. I want to see you there, because, life is so much better if you're living on purpose. Have a great day, everybody. This is Linda West with Living Live. And next Wednesday, I'm going to be interviewing Martine Lopez. We're going to be talking about empathy. And it's an awesome topic. So I'll see you there. Bye-bye.